Look at this armpit hair. Like, was that necessary for this artist to draw that? Hi, family. I'm Betty. I am a near-death experiencer. I'm a grateful person in recovery, and I'm basically a psychic because I can open up this book to a random page and find out what angel wants to make themselves known to us. Today, Archangel Gabriel wanted to say, what's up? He said that he'll connect with your feminine side. Ooh. Receive a message from your spirit, like this one that I'm saying out of my mouth right now. Celebrate your life. Manifest your deepest desires. I don't know if you guys heard, but I'm doing a manifesting workshop. The link's in my bio. Cleanse your body, mind, home, and spirit. Communicate with your unborn child. Oh, not for me, maybe for somebody else. And be protected in violent weather or travel. Yikes. I've been talking to my friend about the aftermath of the hurricane this whole day, so maybe that's for her. Okay, hi. So I came on here because somebody asked me a question. I tried to move to a spot in my house where maybe my phone won't break up, so I made the words really big on my computer, but it's very far away. So somebody asked me, what happens to those who don't overcome or grow? People who actually do die during overdoses or take their lives, etc. I assume they're not done either. So do they get sent back in other bodies? Is everyone here for something divine? Those are all super great questions. Okay, so since I'm like a super enlightened spiritual guru, I'm going to answer them from my own awareness or the collective's awareness. I'm not really sure where this information comes from. So what happens to people who die from overdoses or kill themselves? I don't know if you've ever seen this movie called Wrist Cutters, A Love Story. I highly recommend it. I'm pretty sure that's actually what happens when you die in those ways. I don't think anybody signs up to die in these ways. I do think that people or souls choose very high probabilities of suicide and overdose being the end of their lives. So what happens? Nothing terrible. They don't go anywhere bad. Most of them will get reborn, or they'll fracture off into another timeline. So if you have a loved one who's died from an overdose in this timeline, that could be a soul lesson for you. How do you connect with their spirit? How do you get through the process of grief when you feel like you've been robbed of someone? But they actually fractured off into an alternate timeline where they woke up in a hospital bed and they had an opportunity to try again. I cannot tell you how many times I have fractured off and woken up in hospital beds. I mean, maybe I did die in another reality, but in this reality, I just kept going to the checkpoint in the video game. I just kept, my avatar kept blinking out and then resetting at a point where I had an opportunity to get on to the other path. Waking up in a hospital bed is an awesome opportunity because they're giving you, they're offering you services and people and resources that can help you get on to another path, but you have to be willing to take them. So does everybody come here with a divine mission? Absolutely. Just being a human is a divine mission. Does everybody have some super transformative thing that they're going to accomplish in their life? Absolutely not. No. In Dolores Cannon's literature, she talks about that there are certain souls who are here on resting lives right now. They're just here for the show. They're not here really to do anything. And that would be a person who, by all outer things, is just having a regular kind of human experience. Like for me, I'm not having a resting life in this life. I'm having a roller coaster of an experience. And maybe you are also somebody who's having a roller coaster of an experience. But you know what? That's what we came here for. I say it all the time. Heaven is boring. It's boring. It's boring as fuck. There's nothing to do there. It's just all love and grace and serenity and peace. Snooze. Give me duality. Let me experience suffering. Because through experience suffering, I also get to experience love. And I could never be able to appreciate the feelings of love and gratitude that I have in my life today if I didn't go through my suffering. I would have no contrast. I'd have no way to truly understand. Okay, this person also asked, he said, I have so many questions. The biggest one being that why or how is it that spirits or beings of love need to grow? Aren't they content, loved, and at peace in heaven as they are? This has me perplexed. Also, I want to say that Betty is absolutely beautiful and shining. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, this is a story. We're telling ourselves big collections of stories on what makes us feel connected in the human experience. It's 222, by the way. So this is the story that we tell ourselves. We're growing, we're evolving. But if you understand the law of oneness, or the conception that you are actually God incarnate, of course you don't have to evolve. Like, we're God, we're source. We don't need to do anything. We're just here for experience. You don't have to be super attached to any storyline. Just find the storyline that makes your human experience a fulfilling one and go with that, and remain open-minded to that changing. When I first came into the awareness that souls grow and evolve, I thought like, oh yeah, I'm in the master class. Like, I'm getting a triple doctorate in divinity this time around. Like, I'm learning all the lessons all at once. And that storyline really helped me overcome certain challenges in my life, because I knew that I needed to pass class so that I wouldn't have to come back here anymore. But now I really like Earth School, so I'm going to come back if they let me, or if there's even an Earth to come back to. Okay, let's see. So there's some questions in the chat. Guys, I love questions. DM them to me, email them to me. It gives me great structure, because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little flighty. Okay, let's see. Somebody said, why do we even incarnate on Earth if we're perfect light beings? Oh my God, what? Synchronicity. I just read that question off the computer. That's incredible. Okay, I hope that was a helpful answer. We incarnate on Earth because there's literally nothing else to do. Like, what else are we going to do? We incarnate in all these other places. This is a video game. It's just like, oh, I'm bored. Maybe I'll play my game. Oh, I'm bored. Maybe I'll read my book. Oh, I'm bored. Maybe I'll masturbate, or whatever, people do. I don't think that's like a weird imagery to think of a light being masturbating. I mean, they're having some kind of orgasmic experience, but like not through the physical vessel of the body. Okay, we're getting way off base here. Okay, somebody else asked, why do certain people have hellish NDEs? Why do certain people witness Jesus rejecting them? Yikes, who are these people? Please send me those NDEs of Jesus rejecting them. I've never heard that. The only thing that, okay, so the hellish near-death experiences make up 2% of near-death experiences. That means that 98% of people are not having experiences like that. I did everything in life to, quote unquote, deserve going to hell, and I didn't make it there. So I don't think that people who have these hell experiences, like, I don't think that hell is real. I think that their thought systems are bringing them there. Like, I think once I heard about a near-death experiencer who had a hell experience who was a pastor. And I think that only happened because that pastor was so indoctrinated with the thought system that hell exists that he created that reality as he slipped into death. Because remember, your thoughts are shaping your reality, whether you're here on Earth or as you transition into the next space. So like for me, I didn't have any thoughts about what happens after. I was completely convinced that you just die and then it's just eternal darkness and that's it. And that was not my experience. But, so like I feel like the atheist near-death experiences are the most interesting ones because there's no conceptual power behind it. Like they don't have a belief in anything. So those experiences are always pretty good, I think. Jesus rejecting somebody, Jesus would never, ever do that. Like, for real. Jesus didn't do that when he was alive. Why would he do that when he was dead? Jesus loved everybody. Okay, what up? What is the divine plan for someone who gets murdered, raped, abused in childhood? Yeah, those are always really good questions. Like, if God is love, why does other things exist? It's just experience. And like, of course, you can't tell this to somebody who's in the midst of that. Like, I wouldn't go up to like a person who's been raped and be like, you planned it, get over it, stop bitching about it. Like, that's crazy. Like, they came here to experience that experience for some reason, probably for the divine mission of forgiveness. Could you imagine forgiving somebody who murdered your child or somebody who raped you? That's like next level spiritual beingness, to be able to actually forgive. And, I've been raped and abused in my life, and I have forgiveness for my abusers. I've also been the rapist and the abuser. And people have forgiven me for who I was and what I did. And at the end of the day, I know that the universe also forgives me, and that it's just a play. We're just here playing parts. Like when somebody gets raped in a TV show, it doesn't actually happen to the actor. They're just playing a part. And that's exactly what this is. Again, this information is not for someone who is in the midst of a trauma storm. This information is for after in your healing process as you begin to integrate. So divine plans are generally wrapped around forgiveness. Okay, let's see. Thank you for all of the compliments. Keep them coming. Somebody asked what I think about astrology. I think astrology is cool. I'm more into numerology myself. Oh my God, Alejandra, I love you. I'm an 8 life path. I have a 4 soul number and a 7 destiny number, which basically means that I am amazing, and I bet you are too. And but astrology, numerology, gene keys, human design, all of these things are tools for us to connect to each other, right? Like, oh my God, what are you in human design? I'm a generator. What are you? Oh, you're a projector. Oh my God, how cool. Maybe we could be friends. Or like when I meet another life path 8, I'm like, oh man, we're in the same video game crew. It's amazing. So cool. So these things are all just things for us to connect with each other, or to connect with the divine, to connect with something bigger. Okay, I have to run because I'm recording a podcast with somebody for Ions. So let's see, but I got one more question. What happens to the soul when they commit suicide as a human? Eternal damnation. Nothing happens. No, wait, hold on. I'm not going to say that because I don't want people to go out and kill themselves. What happens when you commit suicide? I shared it at the beginning of the live. You either fracture off into another timeline, or you get immediately reborn. And when you get reborn, you have compounded challenges because of the fact that you didn't complete your life experience cart. So you have like double the cereal boxes, double the trauma, double all the things because you didn't finish. And again, it's just a game, guys. Like, you can get through anything. If I can transform my thought system out of an impoverished, atheist, drug addict whore, you can literally do anything, okay? If I can do that, you can definitely do that. I'm no more special than anybody else. We're all infinitely special. Doesn't matter that I had a spiritual experience. I found tools to help me transform those thought systems. So if you're somebody who's feeling suicidal, it's definitely not the answer. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Find the tools to help you get past the suicidal feelings. I'm a tool. Hi. Reach out to me. If you can't work with me personally as a coach or mentor, I would be happy to connect you to free communities online in your area, whatever it may be, so that you can find other people that will lift you up. God sends angels in the form of humans. So as long as we can connect with each other, we can overcome literally anything, but you can't do it alone. You can't do it in isolation. When we first became humans on this planet, we lived in tribes of people to help keep us alive. We still need the same thing. We just got lost in translation somewhere and completely separated from one another. So let's start the new paradigm and all love each other so much, okay? Okay, next, let's see. I really do have to go, though. I'm definitely not going to finish these questions. What should I do to feel physical and mental health problems? Evan, thanks for asking. I'm going to tell you there's a link in my bio. This sounds like so terrible. I'm like, just check out the link in my bio and give me a lot of money. But I am hosting a manifesting workshop, and you can manifest healing in your physical circumstance, in your mental circumstance, in your spiritual circumstance. It doesn't matter what area of your life. Manifesting is not just about money and cars and things. It's also really useful in the healing practice. So if you're able to, check out the workshop. If you need a sliding scale, you just email me and let me know. And okay, let's see, one last question. How to be resilient and overcome the trauma head on and not kill yourself? Again, girl, reach out to me. Check out this workshop. Come and hang out with me. Let me give you the proper tools that you need to overcome. I didn't overcome by dying. I overcame by doing these small and steady steps each and every day. I still do them each and every day. Consistency. I saw a quote today that says, if you don't pay for the, if you don't, there's either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. So just start to get disciplined in something different. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me, you can do it. You can do it. We can all do this. Okay, let's see. Somebody said, oh, good. So it gets worse. Funny. Betty, how to master becoming the new version of myself. I'm starting a new business and I want to envision myself as a successful business owner, but how do I do it? Come to my workshop. Okay, come to my workshop and I'm going to teach you how to do it. But really, affirmations. I know, I see, I speak, I love, I have, I feel, I am. If you don't have a cleared root chakra, start using the upper chakra affirmations. Envision yourself as you're walking down the street. Walk down the street with your head held high, like, wow, I am such a successful business owner. I can't believe that I'm walking into my penthouse apartment because of how successful my business is. That's what I do every day. Anyway, I have to run. Love you all. Hi, Rebecca. Love you. See ya. Be wavy.